Hey Nick, so you played during full Power Spirals at locals and got first place. What deck did you run and what were your matchups?
I played True Draco Invoked with hand traps and spiral, and spellbooks. Um, I had a 46 card deck and I went against 7 rounds of Swiss, with round 1 being Rogue. I 2-0'd Rogue. Round 2, I went against True Draco Kaiju. 2-0'd them. Round 3, I went against Invoked Hand Trap. 2-0'd them. Round 4 was Trickstar Wind Witches. 2-0'd them. Round 5 was Spiral. 2-1. Round 6 was Altergeist. That was 1-1 with a tie, and we went to overtime, and I ended up winning that one. And then round 7 was Spirals again, and I was a 2-1. That's pretty much it for my matchups. Overall, I really love this deck. I love everything about it. I really think this is one of the best decks for the current format. But yeah, I don't think I would change anything with it.
Well, let's get into the deck profile.
All right. Play 3 of this man right here. Alistair the Invoker. He's awesome. He's everything in this deck. I pretty much just try to get him out as fast as I can so I can make my plays off this guy. Like, he just puts in so much work. Having him in my hand, because he's also a hand trap during the damage step, I just feel so safe having him in hand. It's so nice. And it kind of forces your opponent to focus on him, just having him in your deck. So it just brings another aspect into the game that when you play, having him is such a powerful target that even with, evenly match run around, you can still come back with this guy. So I love this card. He's amazing. I definitely wanted to play a deck with him in it. Next best card of the deck, Masterpiece. Masterpiece. He's immune to everything. He's awesome. Great guy. I saw him quite a few times. Every time I brought him out, it was pretty much just to apply that extra pressure down. But I normally wanted to get my plays off with my Invoker. But overall, I wanted to go into a play where I'd get my baby guys out with, a play off of Invoker or go for a Masterpiece play. But love him as well. He's so awesome. Then I play 2 of and 1 of the Maiden and 1 of the Warrior. So these guys are pretty standard. I don't play 3 of her because I'm not trying to search Masterpiece a lot. It's not turbo. So these guys are just there to apply that extra pressure, like I said, and they're great for sacking your spells and traps. 1 Blue Boy for the engine, pretty standard. For the hand traps, I run 3 Ash Blossom, 2 Draw and Lock, and 1 Maxi. I love this. I thought about running 3 Draw and Lock. I didn't have a 3rd Draw and Lock at the time for these locals, so I only ran my 2. I don't know if I would run the 3 Draw and Lock, but instead of not having the 3rd Draw and Lock, I played a Max C because I originally wasn't going to run the Max C, and I actually loved having the Max C. My final round, I won because I had Ash Blossom and Max C, and I went second. With this deck, you usually want to go second. And I went second round 3. I lost game 2 and chose to go second. So I had Ash Blossom, Max C, and I ashed their terraforming, and they were going to special summon, and Max C pretty much won me that game. So I love this overall. I think this is fantastic. I definitely want to play this with Spirals being so rampant, and there's so many things that search and special summon right now that I just think hand traps are just the way to go. That's it for the monsters. Going on to the spells. I run 3 of each of the True Draco spells. 3 Diagram. 2 Meltdown. I thought about playing 1, but I wanted to see Invoker more, so I ran it at 2. And I played around a little bit between running 2 Invoker and 1 Meltdown, having a smaller engine, but I really love just having Invoker, period, so I wanted to have 2 of these. I also thought about running into Destrudo and doing some Destrudo plays, some shenanigans, but that was just way too much, and it was going to be really weird shenanigans, so I went against it. 3 of more field spells. And for the spellbook engine, I run 2 and 2. Now this is where things are a little bit different. I run 2 Card Demise, 2 Pod Desires, and I run 2 Pod Dualities. So I chose to run the Pod Desires and a Pod Device. I know I special summon quite a bit with this deck, and this deck is kind of revolving around Invoker, but I want to make sure I can make plays off of the evenly matched. I never saw it. And in my locals, I never once saw the evenly matched. People were playing around it, but I never saw it. But I wanted to make sure if I needed to, I could play around it. So I ran Card Demise because I just feel like this is such a strong card to come back up off of a evenly matched. So I want to set up my board, have some cards in hand, and have this in hand if I can. Now I'll play this if I don't plan on special summoning. I can still utilize this to gain extra advantage. And this is just to search out certain pieces. Again, if I don't have anything really going for me, this allows me to get that extra advantage card that I might need, whether it's the terraforming or, you know, maybe the trap card or whatever I might need. Even card demise, you know, this just allowed me to get into whatever I need. Hand traps, I love this card. These were fantastic. I wouldn't change any of this at all. Some one-ofs, set rotation, again, just field spells, locks your opponent out, counter to evenly matched. Great card. Sad that it went to 1. Raigeki, again, you want to go second with this deck, so I wouldn't run this if I went first, but because I'm going second, I'm running it because I want to be able to stop my opponent's board and then just go off. And I play 1 invocation. I only run 1. I understand I'm running 3 invokers, but I only want to see this card. More often than not, your opponent's not going to negate this, and they're not going to be able to get rid of this. And if they do, you still have your true Draco engine to go off of. So I only run 1 of these. You don't ever want to start with it. It really sucks if you have to start with it. But even if you're going, the fact that you're going second, it's just 1 less card. So this is a 46 card deck. It's a little bit bigger deck. Every card counts, and you don't want to see this. But other than that, like I said, you just want to use your Invoker to either be an extra monster to tribute summon with, to get your spellbook engine off of with, and or your diagrams to pop, or use this for it. So you only want this at 1. Now for the traps, I just play the True Draco traps. That is it. I thought about playing other traps, but it's just too much. I thought about playing the Wind Witch engine in this thing, and it, again, was just a little bit too much. I hate seeing Glass Spell in hand. It really upsets me. Going on to the extra deck, though. 2 of Makaba. I wish I had a 3rd. I don't have a 3rd. 2 is fine. 2 Raijin. I love it at 2. I don't think I play anymore. Raijin's awesome. 2 Purgatrio. I never used him, but I like him. This guy right here, I love this guy. He is awesome. Caliga, he single-handedly will win me games. If I bring him out, I know I'm going against a deck that uses a lot of monster effects. I just pop him out and I don't have to worry about anything. I put him in defense. I can just do what I gotta do because I only use 1 monster effect anyway, Masterpiece. So I just bring him out. Now it's the only thing I have to worry about is they might bait my Masterpiece effect so that way they could try and get rid of him and I can't utilize a hand trap. So, but this is such a problematic card that they have to focus on this first before Masterpiece. So I really like this card. 1 ofs. And the Elysium. I love the Elysium. I actually use this. It's a fantastic card, and it just gets around anything that you're just in a place where you can't get through it, or maybe you can't utilize the resources. You don't want to waste too many resources to get through it. You bring this out, and you're home free. And some other extra deck cards. Utopia package. I only brought out Utopia 1 time just so I could detach. That was it. This Dweller, and this guy. Never used them. Never used these guys, but I had them in there in case I needed them. And lastly, the side deck. So I ran Trips of Zaphion. This was my go-to guy to side up against Spirals because my biggest problematic card wasn't so much their board, it wasn't so much the Tri-Gate Wizard, it was their Sleeper. Their Sleeper with the spell that protects them from being destroyed was just too much for me. So I wanted to get rid of all of their back row, anything they had, and just stop it. So I was like, you know what, I'm going to run this guy and be done with it. But I don't have evenly matches, so I couldn't do that. And even my final match against Spirals, I probably could have won game 2, but I made a fatal misplay where I had set Sleeper. I used Eclipse, Book of Eclipse, and set Sleeper, and instead of popping Sleeper with my trap card, I popped their Firewall Dragon. I totally forgot Sleeper was face down. If I had popped Sleeper, because I had already baited their Tri-Gate Wizard, I would have wiped their field. But it is what it is. I lost game 2 and went to game 3 and got that one. But yeah, 3 of this guy. I loved him. He was fantastic. Trips, System Down. System Down was awesome, but I never saw it. I think it's a fantastic card. Just never really needed to use it. 1 of Book of Eclipse. If I had more, I would probably run more in my side deck. I'll probably run 1 more. But this card's just so great right now. It sets everything, so it's a forced out effect for Tri-Gate Wizard. It definitely counters it hard, so I love this card. Trips of Cosmic Cyclone. I actually sided this as well against Spirals and Invoked. That way I could banish their fusion card. So I love this card. I'll always keep it in my side deck right now. It's too good. It's too strong. Double Anti-Spell Fragrance. I thought I was going against Pendulums, so I put it in there. Didn't see Pendulums. And Triple D Barrier. I only sided this 1 time, and it was when I was going against the Spiral deck, the first Spiral deck I went against. After that, I decided not to side it again. But definitely didn't hate it. Fantastic card. I only have this in here for Pendulums. But yeah, so this is my deck profile. I don't think I would change anything. It's a 46 card deck. I love everything about it. I love the Invoked engine. I love the True Draco engine. I want to keep it alive. Shout outs to Team Ape. Everybody in Team Ape, you guys have been awesome. I appreciate you guys getting me in your group and everything and all the love everyone has. But yeah, look forward to you guys next time. I'll see y'all later.